What's up, guys? It's Becca Media's here, and we're back with Beyblade Burst Rise, episode 22. Episode 22, or episode 22. Let's get into it. Okay, so the episode starts off with Dante and Delta training at the Victory Gym. Because you remember at the end of the last episode, Delta joined the Victory. So yeah. As they're training, Arman leaves and Fumiya comes in. He's like, Ichika, I want to join. Unknown to him, he's like, I heard about the match with Inferno, and I'm not gonna let Earth Paragon destroy the Blade World. So with Dante and you just have Dante and Arman, and with me, you can come to success. And yeah, and then I like when Taka says, he's like, Ichika says, you just found out, dude. He says, yeah, dude. And then Dante drops his bay. Fumiya's like, here you go. And then Fumiya starts saying, Dante Koryu. And then by the time before Dante can finish, Dante's like, come on, one more time. And Delta's like, I'm starting to regret teaming up with you. And he's like, come on. And he's like, oh. And then Fumiya's like, oh, I guess you guys got to remember. Okay, I'll just leave. Yeah. And then next shot we see Arman after title card and theme song, we see Arman is thinking about how like when he first met Dante at the Bay Festival, and how Dante knew about Beyblading, but through the enemies he defeated Joe and Loden and Penn, and even though he defeated Arthur. And yeah, then we get back to the Victory Gym, and we see Delta cleaning his launcher, and then he's like, wait, what's this? And then Delta's like, Dante was able to ask the BBA if he's like, Arman's like, why is this new stadium here? And then Delta's like, Arman was like, Dante was able to ask the WBBA if they could borrow it. And yeah, Dante actually went to the WBBA, and asked them if he could borrow their stadium for the Battle. And then Arman asks, where is everyone? And he's like, training. And then he's like, and then Arman starts talking to Delta about how much Dante's grown, and Arman's like, you're not. And he's like, I want to achieve hyperflux, and Arman's like, I want to achieve hyperflux to grow stronger. Then Delta intervenes saying, you're not Dante, and yeah, what you do with your Beyblade, what you do with your Bay is your own power, not because you're. And then he's like, then I'll challenge you to a battle. So as they're about to get, Arman's like, I'm not Dante or Delta. I've got to do it on my own way. So yeah, he's like, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Delta lets it rip, and then they battle. And then first Ashindra bursts, and then we get a montage of Ashindra bursting, and then Arman's like, why can't I do? And Arman's like, and then Delta's like, have you talked to Ashindra? Like, do you know what Ashindra's feeling? And Arman gets into his first Ashindra moment, and surprisingly, Ashindra's voice actor is the same voice actor who voices Arman. So I think that's pretty cool. I looked. Well, when I was watching the episode, I saw a little thing that noticed what Arman and Ashindra sound the same, and the reason is because they're voiced when Arman goes into his first Ashindra moment, Ashindra sounds exactly Arman because Ashindra's voice actor, Arman's voice actor, also voiced Ashindra for this episode. So I thought it was pretty cool. But back to the actual episode. So yeah, then after the Ashindra moment's over, Ashindra says yo, and he inspires Arman. So Arman is like, next battle. So yeah, and then when the victories come back and they see Arman and Delta's battle. But midway through the battle, Arman goes level 1 hyperflux. Not full hyperflux, just level 1 hyperflux. And then he goes, I'm not gonna let you win. Double bush and guard. And then Delta goes hyperflux and Arman uses double bush and guard, as I said. And Devils tries to break through Arman's double bush and guard. But he eventually does, but Arman still loses, and then Dante's like, whoa, that was hyperflux, and he's like, Arman, you achieved hyperflux, and then while he's hugging Arman, he gets Arman off the floor. Delta smiles, and then Arman's like, Dante, get out with me, and yeah, and then yeah. And then we get into the next scene, which not next episode, but yeah. This is actually 40, 43, and 44 of Beyblade Burst Rise, I think. Because episode 40 was episode 39, 40, 41, and 40, 20 was 41, 42, so this is 44 of Beyblade Burst Rise. So yeah, back to the episode. Okay, so Arman, it's about the match between the Victories and Inferno are about to begin, and they announce the members: Delta, Dante, Arman, and then the announcer's like, "Here's our bear with me. I'm gonna do my best Harumi voice. Here's our main event and players. We got Arman Gustava, Dante Koryu, and Delta Zakaro. And then for the Inferno team, we got Arthur Peregrine, Blink Devoy, and surprisingly, Gwen Reynolds. Yeah, he basically says surprisingly Gwen. So yeah, and then they're waiting for Dante, and then Dante runs into Gwen, and then Gwen questions him like, what? Dante questions Gwen, saying why did he join Inferno, and basically Gwen says to get to know him, and then Dante clicks it that says, wait, you joined Inferno because you want to battle me? And yeah, Dante runs into, and Arman's like, wait, you were late, and he's like, Gwen wants to battle me, and yeah, then we get into the first, this is the second part of it, this is the second part of the episode now. So yeah, and then then we get into the second match, or Dante's like, Arthur's like, I will go first, and then the announcer's like, Arthur's going first without even checking into registry, and then he's like, maybe they'll send a quote from Gwen. Maybe they'll send out Dante or Delta, and then Arman, a quote from Arthur. It doesn't care who I battle. I will just destroy the bleeding world. And then this infuriates Dante, and then Arman's like, I'll go first. And then he's like, Arman's like, I'll go first. But then Dante's like, But Arman, I beat Apocalypse before. And then he's like, Apocalypse has evolved. Because they don't know about the Eclipse armor that Gwen put on Apocalypse to make it Eclipse Apocalypse. So of course they think Arthur made it on his own. But they don't know that Gwen made it, so yeah. And then we get into a flashback about how Apocalypse, and Delta's there, and then we get into the first. Then we get into the first battle, and yeah. Then we get into the first battle, and yeah. Arman Apocalypse goes red, and Arman takes this as a chance to beat Apocalypse, but Apocalypse doesn't burst. But then Gwen's like, Dante's like, wait, Apocalypse didn't burst? Why? And then a quote from Gwen. Gwen's Apocalypse. Yeah, with the Eclipse armor, Apocalypse will never. Yeah, Apocalypse will never burst again. So yeah. And they don't know that. They don't know that Apocalypse will burst. But Arman, it's like, yeah, but then, like, Arthur keeps going with the attacks, and then Delta comes to terms that Arthur's trying to destroy Ashindra, and yeah, but then Arman goes gold, he goes full hyperflux. Ashindra gives him some more words of wisdom. Arman activates Ashindra's avatar. He goes full hyperflux this time, and then Arthur goes dark flux. We see them clash. It goes light, and the episode ends, meaning that we won. Next episode is where the episode continues. So this was a pretty good episode. I did enjoy it. I really like seeing Armin go hyperflux, level 1 hyperflux, then max hyperflux. Yeah, so if you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do it. Do that. But this has been an episode of Beckham Natives. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fist bump and blow it up. Boom, blow it up. Fist bump and blow it up. Boy, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.